Welcome to Power Assist channel. Today we'll see how to create pop-ups in Power Apps. Let's get started. I have already created a sample pop-up for reference. Let's see that first. Let's go to pop-up detail screen. I'm going to play the app. Let's say when I click on no, the pop-up dialog disappears. When I click on submit, it reappears. When I click on yes, it disappears. Basically, pop-up is a window which pops up or comes when user try to submit a button or he wants to check any menu options in the application. Depends upon the requirement. This helps user to choose to proceed further action or to update or cancel or abort the existing operation. Let's get started how to create pop-up. In our last video, we have seen how to create a record into CDS using patch functionality. We are making use of the same screen to create the pop-up. So for that, if we want to show a pop-up kind of UI like this, we need to have some controls added onto the screen. So first let me take a rectangle. Since it should cover the user input area, I am taking this entire screen and I am going to change its color. Since all the backend or all the UI submitting input fields are hidden, I am going to change its color to 0.5. So if you observe, this particular color got transparent now. So this way we can able to have a better UI to the user when we are trying to pop up any windows or confirmation dialog box. And this can be done to any color. Let us say suppose if we choose this color and I am going to update its a element to zero point 0.5. So depends upon the requirement and the color that suits to the application. Choose your color accordingly. I am going to update this to zero point 0.5. Now I am going to take another rectangle. So I am going to copy paste the same, but this time I just need this to have just to middle of my page. So I am going to give it a border to have a separate identity, and now I am going to add a label here. Let me get the content from here. So I am going to update its font size based upon the requirement. I am choosing it as bold and keeping it center. Since it's just transparent and the backend fields are visible, I am going to update this particular rectangle's backend to white. Yeah, confirmation. I am going to copy the same label to add a statement for users reference. It is something like, do you want to proceed? Click OK to continue. No to abort. Since it is not required this much size, I am going to make it as normal and the size to this. So in order to let the user to cancel this or proceed further action, we need to add two buttons. It depends upon the requirement. We can go ahead and add the icons also. Okay, let's get add icons. Since we updated the text as okay and no, let us add two buttons and update those as okay and no. I am copying the same button and pasting it here. And I am going to reduce its width since it's just a two letters, and I'm just aligning it to the center. Okay, no. So this is our simple confirmation dialog box. So this is looking little bigger one. So let us minimize this, reduce this to the screens ratio. I'm going to get this confirmation. This is how it looks. Let's add, so for time being and to have better control on this, I am going to make all these particular controls which we have created for a pop-up reference as a group. I am going to rename this group pop-up, and I am going to update its on click to take further actions. Update context. Let us add. For now, I am going to hide this particular group and will show you how to work with this. Now let us see, when user clicks on this button, we need to show the pop-up. So I am going to cut this particular expression written on this and I'm going to write it as update context, local variable, pop-up true. Now what I'm going to do is in the group pop-up, we have buttons. One is no, and for reference, I'm going to read this button no to have a better understanding. Button S. Whenever user clicks on the button yes, we need to proceed with record submission. So whatever the expression written earlier on the submit button, we cut that expression and pasting it in button yes control. And we are going to add update context, local pop-up to false. As user selected to proceed, we want to hide this particular pop-up box. So we are going to hide this. And the same thing should be done when user clicks on button no. So I am going to add this false expression on this particular button no. Now let us see how it works. Let us say I am the user who is filling this form. Before make sure the user is want to proceed to submit the record or not, we are going to show the pop-up now. When I click on the submit, the pop-up should come. Why this pop-up has not come is, if you remember, we just made this particular group's visibility to false, but all the operation that we have performed based upon this local pop-up variable. So what we need to do is we need to copy this particular variable name and go to this particular group and update this false with the local pop-up. And if you observe, immediately this particular pop-up has came. This is because already we have submitted and the value has been set to true. So in order to validate, once again, what I'm going to do is I am going to click on no. So now the pop-up disappears. I'm going to click on submit button again. Yes. I'm going to click OK to continue. And the pop-up disappears and the patch function has been succeeded and it is has shown with the number, registration number or event number which is submitted. This is how we can able to create pop-ups. And the same way, if we want to show some information, we can be able to achieve the same thing. Let us check that. Let us take, let us go to icons and let us take information icon which is available out of the box. In some of the cases, what we may need to show is we want to let the user know the purpose of a particular field input. Usually we see this is a kind of icons we see that when user clicks on that, it will gives us a pop-up and show some information. So let us see how it can be achieved. Further purpose, I am going to choose a very simple label, and this can be beautified based upon the requirement. And I am going to update its background to dark, and let's go to its fill and let's just update it to 0.5. Please enter the name of the student per se. Let us say when user came to the screen, when he clicks on, we just wanted to pop up this window for user's reference what to be entered. So in order to update this, on this particular button click, let's do one thing. Update, let us take the variable as usual, local name pop up. This time, and we'll take a cancel icon which will be placed on the label in case user is proceed to close the window. I am going to update its color to black, and I'm going to update this to false. Let us test this. We cannot evaluate your formula because context will be incompatible with the types of values placed in your app. Let us see what has been written here. Local pop-up true. Okay, it is not correctly updated due to which it is throwing an error. Now it is fixed. So when I click this should be closed. So what we need to do is we need to select these two controls and we need to update their visibility based upon the pop-up, recent pop-up are just now created pop-ups variable. So just now we clicked on it, that's why the value has been set to false and it's not visible. Now I'm going to click it and it is showing please enter. We can able to achieve the same thing without this particular into mark, let us say, and I'm going to delete this particular close button. I'm going to information icon and I'm going to copy this variable name and I'm going to update it as this. So what happens is at any point of definitely it would be true or false. If this particular variable value is true and when we click on next time it automatically sets to false. Let us see how it works. And I'm going to click it on again, it disappears. This way we can able to show and hide the icons or informations that we require as per the requirement. Thank you.